who's here with us first up? Vicky Patel.
Or Ricky Patel. But finally you found your opener. Huh? No?
Of course not. Of course not.
No.
I hope this innings doesn't fool you into believing that you have found your opener in Surya Kumar
Jadov.
Jadov. He is not your opener.
Why?
He's your middle order batsman. He's got you runs doesn't mean that he is your opener. Surya is a fantastic player. I have been saying this for the longest time. The best T20 batsman in India
At the moment.
is Surya. And as Naveen Pandit is saying, and I completely agree with him, let this not fool you into believing that you have found your opener and force him into opening. He is best suited to be a middle order batsman.
Sanket Joshi is joining us from Germany.
Wunderbar. He is, it must be evening time there, isn't it?
Take that, Chandresh is saying.
Mr. Chandresh, I want to tell you that I, in the pre-show, when I saw, or the mid-show, when I saw Surya Kumar Yadav walking out, I folded my hands and prayed to the Almighty and said, please God, let him get runs today. Because I know how important he is to the Indian team. I know how his confidence is going to be crucial, and I didn't want him to go out of confidence. So I wanted him to score runs, please. And thank God he scored runs. But thank God that they go back to Surya Kumar in the future is a middle order batsman.
But strange, huh? You never. Why didn't
But
you
you
ever.
will need an opener now.
No, I'm saying, why didn't you ever pray when Virat actually came out to bat?
I did so many times. Then people started saying that you stop praying. That every
No,
time you
you
say you
ju-
are praying and this
No,
and that.
You said that
No.
incoming and loading.
Yes, and I used to say, I am telling you, this time I'm convinced. I've got a, some sixth sense which is telling me. You have done it so many times where people started saying stop it. My point is that now, I think what I'm worried about is that Indian team really needs to find an opener. I hope that's
And,
not Surya
I
Kumar
hope
Yadav.
they don't
Why?
need to find a captain.
Between KL Rahul and Rohit Sharma, the amount of times they get injured, there is a very good chance, come the Asia Cup, the law of averages will tell you, KL Rahul and Rohit Sharma, law of averages will tell you, there'll be a good chance one of them will be injured.
I just wanted to know.
And for T20 World Cup also one of them. So
No,
please find an opener.
I just wanted
But
to
let
know
that not be Surya Kumar.
that,
That's all.
of course, Rohit came out to bat, played 5 balls. Suddenly, the those back spasms.
Yeah, back spasm can come anytime. That
Suddenly.
Yes, of course.
No, there must have been something. Something must have been, hurting in the back before. No.
No, could have been.
That's
He
what I'm
still
saying.
came out to bat, and sometimes you stretch it, and the spasm can come anytime.
He's such an important part
Spasm.
of this team. I'm just
Yes.
wondering if he had this back issue, maybe prior to the game or even during the field while the Indian team was fielding. Should he have taken that risk?
No, Angad is saying something else.
What?
Angad is saying this was part of the experiment. Because Rohit has said now he wants to surprise his players and get them to bat at any position, at any time, at any situation. What if he just went and he thought that? That is what Angad is saying. I'm not saying that. Angad is saying that. Angad is saying maybe he wanted to test his players. That let's see if I go quickly.
At the moment.
And Shreyas will have to face some short pitch bowling. And let's see how he will face
But
up.
you think
Maybe he was trying.
Surya Kumar Yadav was the man who actually made the difference? Otherwise, maybe.
It could have been a close game. But though India won on a canter, see, Deepak Hooda and Rishabh Pant were not troubled. So let's assume that that big knock didn't come by Surya. Maybe these two guys also could have taken you through. So they're in good form. Both Hooda and Pant were looking comfortable.
No, but Hooda got to play just a couple of deliveries.
Now what can he do with that? You have got him again
See,
with
you
Hooda.
were-
See, you're doing the same. Nah? They are walking the talk. They are saying they want to play everyone at every level. So what they've done with Hooda, sometime he is open. Sometime he is batted at number 3, and number 4, now number 5.
Before this,
Now, in one days at number 6, 7. Everywhere they want
before
him to.
we started this video, you were talking about some plans, some plan happen, against or for somebody.
Yeah, left armers. Left armers have a plan. You know that. That's why West Indies played two left arm fast bowlers today.
What
They had a
happened?
plan. They had a plan, but the plan didn't work.
Hmm.
Mr. Shekhar sends you some US dollars. And he said,
Ruturaj, Ishan Kishan, Deepak Hooda, Sanju Samson, Rishabh Pant, Surya Kumar Yadav can be slotted from 1 to 6 or rested. Abruptly yet indispensable Iyer.
with one good series against Minnow
Minnow
Sri Lanka, post New Zealand 2020 won't be rested. Strike rate is less than 100, not even proper anchoring. So Mr. Shekhar is saying everyone will be tried, made to bat at different positions. Someone will be rested, someone will be played. But come what may, Shreyas Iyer will keep playing at number 3 despite not having a great time and scoring against minnows and less strike rate. Can't even anchor properly. That is what Mr.
Maybe this is the last lap for Shreyas Iyer.
I don't think so.
You
I
think
think
he's
he'll
ahead of Deepak Hooda?
Yes, I mean, for me, no. But the team is showing that for them he is.
No, but maybe they are saying, we know that what Deepak Hooda
No,
has to
who
offer.
knows what they have to offer?
No, the team
Nobody
management,
knows
the
that.
selectors.
No. I
No,
wish they
in
knew
that
that.
case,
No.
you can always
You
say that
take it-
Ashwin is also ahead of.
Take it from me in writing. Take it from me in writing. In the team management's mind. I'm not saying my mind or your mind. What is in our mind, we always say honestly and we will tell honestly. In team management's mind, Shreyas Iyer is ahead of Deepak Hooda. That I can right here.
I have
and
my
tell.
doubts. Trust me. And
Oh,
when I'm saying
I have
that,
no doubt. I have no doubt.
I have my doubts. I have my
no
doubts.
doubt. In
that
my mind, Deepak Hooda, I would prefer. In your mind,
I would
Deepak
also
Hooda,
prefer.
you would prefer. But
And
in team management's mind,
I
that is not the
think
case.
in times to come or in days to come, because you are not left with too much of time, months, days.
Why are you saying
months.
that Deepak Hooda is ahead in your?
No,
What is the? I'm telling you why I'm saying that, because I can see that Deepak Hooda is dispensable for the team. They don't pick him in certain situation. They don't. But Shreyas
So
Iyer,
are you
they
trying to
play every
say?
time.
Are you trying to say that Deepak Hooda was taken out of the attack, bowling attack? I'm saying after he bowled a very good first over, he conceded just a solitary run in that over. You are saying that it was a decision that was well thought of, was an intentional decision that they wanted to keep him away.
No, I'm not saying that.
Then.
That is his bowling. That's got nothing to do with his bat.
No, but he
I
comes
am-
as
I
a
am-
package. He
Yeah,
comes as a
no, I
package,
am
a batsman who
baffled.
can bowl also.
That is what they want you to believe, and you're falling into that prey. Now, what they see, this is how they work on the minds of everyone who comments by making him now as a package. Now, you'll start judging him on the package.
Yes.
But that's unfair. I am saying Deepak Hooda, even without looking at it as a package,
As a bowler.
he should just be there in the team as a batsman is what
Fair
I'm saying.
enough, fair
But
enough.
now when they will tell you, no, he has to be as a package, you have to judge him as a package. Then the day he doesn't have a good day with the ball, no matter how good he is having with the bat, you'll say, no, maybe he's not that.
See,
you are removing him from the competition of middle order. You are making him now compete with the this spinning all-rounders thing.
Fair
which
enough.
you are.
I
that's
agree.
smart.
I agree.
That's smart.
agree with whatever you are saying, but still, I am saying Deepak Hooda eventually might just sneak into that Asia Cup
No, I
and
hope
T20
so. I
squad,
hope so.
T20 World Cup squad ahead of Shreyas Iyer.
I hope so, but I don't see that happening. I hope so. I don't see that happening. It's clear indication
No.
that the team
Your
prefers.
team is giving feelers as to
Shreyas
who
Iyer,
their preference
yes.
is, and
Yes.
as of now, what we are looking at, Shreyas Iyer seems to be the preference ahead of Deepak Hooda. But I don't trust with a lot of things that are being offered to us or that are being served to us, as in Shreyas Iyer. Rahul Dravid being there. If Rahul Dravid is there, I have my doubts that an unfair call, which will be the basis
Rahul
of which.
Dravid is not God.
No, I know.
He's a great player.
No,
He's a legend.
I know.
He's a good, but he's not God.
I know, but I still feel that he may not take that final call to have Shreyas Iyer in that squad.
You
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
You didn't. Chandresh has a question. You answer that. Who will captain India in Asia Cup? What kind of a question is that, Chandresh? Rohit Sharma will captain India in Asia Cup. What kind of a question is I didn't understand that question. Who will captain India in Asia Cup? He wants to
Oh,
know.
he's saying okay. Oh, acha, he's saying that there could be an announcement. The team will be announced, and there'll be an asterisk, subject to fitness.
For Rohit Sharma.
No,
One back spasm
no. This
and
is what he said. He messaged
Then-
me.
he messaged you and said this.
Yes.
He's a very, very notorious guy. I think that means he, as a Rohit Sharma hater, that means. And that is why he is telling you all these
Somebody
things.
is saying, okay, Jai Thakkar says, has India won the
I
series?
just want to send a message to the Rohit Sharma hater who's joining us that I'll tell you what. Just, I know he has been injured earlier, but have some respect for the age that he is in. And today, the situation in when he went is just one of back spasm. Back spasm can improve in few hours. He
Then-
can be available for the next game. You are talking about Asia Cup. He can be available for the next game. How can you take such a big call and ask a question
exactly.
now? Who
And
should be Asia Cup
yes.
captain?
And Chandresh, see, back spasm is not an issue with Rohit Sharma. The issue is hamstring. So
Yes.
if had it been a hamstring, we would have maybe you had a point to.
Yeah, he's way off. No, you finish.
So and that and
See this. This is what Devanka Ghosh
Devanka
is saying.
Ghosh.
Nikhil, shouldn't they have sent Huda before Hardik to test him? Or maybe that's what I'm
point
trying to tell you.
you have.
That
with-
is why I'm telling
with
you
everyone,
that he's not in
no,
the
no, I
scheme
get
of
your
things.
point. I am saying.
They just want
I
him out.
agree,
Out.
but I still feel that Huda is not off that radar.
I hope
where
so.
he is not picked for the T20 or Asia Cup.
I hope
I
so.
hope that he's picked for the Asia Cup. He's been given an opportunity, but I also agree when you are experimenting with Avesh Khan, who a lot of people would say, even on the basis of performance and form, form. I'm saying this current form that we've seen in international cricket and also in the IPL. On the basis of this current form, if you are experimenting with Avesh Khan, what are you doing with the Huda? You are actually mishandling him. To be very honest, you are mishandling Huda. But the way you said about Surya Kumar Yadav, don't fall into this illusion that Surya Kumar Yadav has got 676 opening the innings, then he is your opener.
No.
Similarly, do not fall in this illusion that Shreyas Iyer is ahead of. He's getting good number
No,
of
that's
games.
not an illusion.
Good
The
number
team
of
thinks
games.
like that. I'm
No, maybe
sorry,
you
but
are right.
the management is thinking like that, which I am not agreeing with, and you are also not agreeing with. But I think the team management is thinking like that. Anyway, there's a very interesting question. I missed it, and it has a very deeper meaning. Which the question was, I missed the Jai Thakkar. Have India won this series by 2-1? It's a very deep meaning question.
No.
Please answer that.
Jay, I believe this question, why you've asked this question is because as far as the 4th and 5th T20 internationals are concerned, they are scheduled to be played in the US, but there is a visa issue pertaining to certain players in the Indian team, the likes of Avesh Khan, the likes of Kuldeep Yadav. No, Kuldeep is not in this one, no? Oh yeah, Kuldeep is there,
of course.
and the other younger players who do not have a US visa. There are a few players who already have a US visa. Now the problem is that the visa has not been delivered, has not been issued to some of the players. So the question is whether the team will travel to the US or the series is over. But the backup plan is that what you were saying, that they might
They're
apply
going to Guyana, sorry.
Guyana. So they might apply for a fresh US visa from Guyana, or the match may be rescheduled and it is played on this on those two dates only
In Trinidad.
in Trinidad.
In Trinidad,
Yes.
where you saw the first two games.
So
It's
I
possible.
believe the series is still not over. Whatever happens, those two matches will be played. So we will have, irrespective whether they are played in the US or in the Caribbean.
Okay, Angad Kapoor. Sky's innings should not camouflage that batting is in great form. KL Virat coming from rest injury. Pant blows hot and cold. Rohit's injury concern. Shreyas Iyer can't play short ball, and then experiment is our 12th player. Basically, he's saying that this inning, Sky's inning, should not camouflage the fact that we still have issues in our batting, and
Yes.
that is a very important point, Angad. And I hope that this is also not a stopgap arrangement of making Sky, the opener, is not your opener. Thank God he's gotten runs. I repeat that. Thank God he's gotten runs, because if he had not got runs here, it would have dented his confidence, and then you would have lost a very good middle order batsman. The best middle order batsman you had, you would have lost him. Thank God he's got runs, but I just hope they don't send him there again. But dare I say that they will.
And especially
Yeah.
now that he's got
Now,
runs.
Yeah. But tell me one thing. The serious issue still remains, and which is whether Sky opens or not, or continues to be, or is the backup opener or not, I don't know. We have our own opinion. We don't want him to be that backup opener. Should be. But they will now need to really think about a backup opener, because between Rohit Sharma and KL Rahul, the amount of injuries these guys get, there's a good chance one of them gets injured around Asia Cup or T20 World Cup. Who is going to be that guy?
And also, Nikhil, Rohit Sharma has had decent rest coming into this series, or against England also. He has he picked and chose his matches.
Yes.
Okay, but now it will be continuous, non-stop cricket from here. After you're done with this series, you'll get a decent rest, because he's not traveling to Zimbabwe. He'll get decent amount of rest. But thereafter, from 27th of this month, August, you will play non-stop cricket, because you're going to play two matches. Two matches against Pakistan. You have the schedule is already out. I hope you've seen that on Sports Today. The moment it was out, Siddharth did a video. So you are playing non-stop. You'll play Asia Cup, then you have a couple of series lined up, and then immediately after that T20 World Cup. So it's actually, you might need a backup opener. You might need a full-time, not a makeshift arrangement as far as your openers are concerned.
Piyush Roy says, and it's a very good question, and I'll try to address that. He says, I think in T20...
He's Piyush Roy, not Piyush. Just like you...
Piyush, okay.
Yeah, why? Because it is like Surya Kumar Yadav.
Surya Kumar.
It is not Surya Kumar Yadav. So I think Piyush will also pronounce Surya Kumar Yadav as Surya Kumar Yadav.
So then how does this become Piyush?
He's Piyush.
Okay.
Am I right, Piyush?
J will go with... J will be...
Yes. J
Why?
will be, yeah.
In
Piyush,
Okay.
I hope I am right.
Piyush is saying, I think in T20, your best player should play maximum number of deliveries. Your thoughts? Okay, so this is a very tricky question. I think that to an extent what you're saying is right. Your best player should play maximum number of deliveries, but also what your best player is suited at. There is a power play in white ball format, and if you have a player that can best use that power play, then he should be your opener, also one of your best batsmen. The other thing that you have to see is middle order. To score runs in middle order is also an art that not everyone has. If I'm just saying, like an out and out opener in Virender Sehwag, if he would be successful with the new ball at the power play, may not have been as successful in the middle order. Then you could have had someone like Michael Bevan, who was very successful in the middle order, or a Yuvraj Singh in the middle order. Didn't mean Yuvraj at one point was your best white ball player, but you did not push him to open, because maybe he was not suited then initially to play the new ball. So everyone, you have to look at the strength of the team. As much as I agree that you have to have the best player play the maximum amount of balls, so you send them higher up, but not everyone is suited to be there, and not everyone is suited to bat in the middle order. In Surya Kumar's case, he is one of your best T20 batsmen. For me, he's the best T20 batsman that India have. But he is also a rare thing. You rarely get players who can bat at a 170 strike rate in the middle order. He is that gem. He's so rare. If you have that, why not keep him there? To get a very high strike rate as an opener, many people can do that, because they can just attack and just play aggressive cricket. The field is in, you can score. That you can try to fill. There are many options you can look at. So many opening options. Rohit Sharma, KL Rahul, Ishan Kishan. You've got Ruturaj Gaikwad. So many openers that you've carried, or a Shubman Gill. Even some people I was saying who are not doing well. That's why you suggested a Rishabh Pant to open. Not doing well in the middle order, because he's not finding that kind of strike rate in the middle order. He was getting out. That's why you suggested let him open. Maybe he can be there. But Surya Kumar Yadav is the best you can get in that middle order. So why would you want to tinker with that? And that is what I find surprising.
And just to add to that, you need horses for courses. As simple as that. Okay, and
Yes.
there will be times when you have your openers give you a very good start, and there are wickets that are difficult, especially in the middle overs, because ball gets softer and wickets tend to slow down a bit. And
Yes.
at that time, suddenly if you lose your openers, suddenly you lose first 2 3 wickets, in quick succession. What happens then? A new batsman comes in and he finds it difficult to strike, to rotate strike, or to hit the ball. Why? Because the ball is now softer, the wicket has slowed down a bit. So you need horses for courses. An opener, that is why I'll tell you, I'll give you an example. Although the sample size is a little small, Ishan Kishan, he himself has admitted, he has said that Rohit has also pointed out, and we have also noticed, he's a very good young opening batsman. But when he comes out to bat in the middle overs, we have often seen that he struggles there, because he is not used to batting against a softer ball in the middle overs. So just you need horses for courses.
Roy says Sanju replaces Rohit in the next match. We don't know, and people are asking update on Rohit also. I can see Divyansh. The update is he's got back spasm. We don't have any further update from there. Now that back spasm, the case with back spasm, it's not a hamstring injury or anything which will take a long time. Back spasm can be fine in a day also, so he could play the next game. Sometime they may take time, so somebody else might come in. But on the question of whether Sanju replaces him, I think before Sanju, you will get Ishan Kishan in the team, if in case you're looking at a replacement.
I still, I know we've got two very good openers in KL Rahul and Rohit Sharma, but if you want to try, a left-hander is always a luxury, is always very good to open with a left-right combination.
Yeah. Shobham Sai says, lot of criticism on Rohit these many days from you guys. He is trying something different to achieve something. You want to change the approach, not the ideology in the team. Well, Shobham, I'll be honest. I'm not a fan of what is happening with the Indian team right now. Whether that's a direct criticism at Rohit Sharma, I don't think so. Whether that's a direct criticism at Rahul Dravid, I don't think so. It's a criticism of what the Indian team is trying to achieve. Whoever is behind that decision, I'm not a big fan. And if our job is to say what we see, I'm not a big fan of this experimentation that is happening. Whether it was in the bowling front where you're getting one over to Deepak Hooda, then he doesn't bowl. You're just seeing him one over there. That match you could have won. Clearly you had overs left with Bhuvneshwar. You could have given him some overs to bowl. You did not give him those overs. You wanted to test Avesh. So whether it's on the bowling front or batting front with Surya Kumar Yadav, I'm not a big fan of this. I do not agree with this philosophy that everyone should be ready to bat at anywhere. Everyone has a skill. They are suited to be batting in certain position. The most successful T20 teams also have a fixed idea of how their batting order is going to be. I like that more conventional option. I'm not a fan of it, so that is why the criticism that may have
Criticism
on you saying nowadays you are criticizing Rohit that that he's so you have to change the philosophy.
I don't think we are
and the mind.
criticizing. See, for England, of course, everybody in the world was talking about the approach that England actually decided on and eventually executed also. So, what England did was after the 2015 World Cup, they got Owen Morgan to lead that team, and he was asked, do whatever you want to do, and he came up with this strategy or this kind of an approach. And when did it give them the result? In 2019. So suddenly, one fine day, you wake up a couple of months just before the T20 World Cup, and you say that this is what our approach is going to be. And also, for that approach to succeed, also, I feel you need to have a set group of players. Here, every day we find a different player playing in that team. Someday, of course, now Hardik is fit and he's a regular member of this team. But besides that, we've seen so many players. We've seen Sanju Samson, we've seen Rudav, Shreyas Iyer, Ruturaj, Ishan Kishan, Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli. Am I missing any other name? And there are many other names also. Rishabh Pant, of course, is there. Dinesh Karthik is also there. We've seen so many players. So at least if you want to employ an approach, it has to be for a considerable amount of time and with the same set of players.
Venkata Nanduri had said, missed the chat here, from the US of A, had sent a question. He's saying the joke's on you guys. The experiment is working of sky opening and things like that.
Against?
This experiment, we are saying, no, don't experiment. So saying the joke is on you. The experiment is working. What can I say to that? Firstly, you're playing a team that is West Indies. And if you think that this experiment is working against a team like West Indies, which even Bangladesh hammered just recently, they're going through one of their worst phases. So any experiment will work against this team. This is the same team that barely could chase down 130 odd that you put in the last game. So if this is going to be the benchmark of seeing if the experiment is working, and if this is what you as an Indian fan want out of your team, then best of luck to you. Secondly, the Surya Kumar Yadav has got runs here after not getting runs in the two options right now. If you want to continue with this experiment, continue. The downside of that is you may lose Surya Kumar, the middle order batsman, in trying to make Surya Kumar the opener. He's not going to be that. But if that's the experiment you want short-term results and be happy with one win where he's got runs, then be happy. He's the same guy who can bat at number 4 and win you many more games. May not be so many.
And considering, I think somebody in the comment section only pointed out that we have, we can't rely too much on KL Rahul. Even Virat will be coming after a decent rest that he's taken. And then, so I think, to me, Surya Kumar Yadav gives me a lot of confidence. And if I think that he is one of those players, or rather he is one player who gives me a lot of confidence, I would want to have him in the middle order, who actually is a middle order specialist also. Why? Because I would want to see some stability there. The moment you remove Surya Kumar Yadav from that middle order, suddenly it looks a little brittle to me, at least.
Yeah. By the way, Himanshu Mahajan and a few other people have pointed that out, and it's a similar thing. That remember what I was telling you, that listen, I think the big question that you have to address, looking at the fitness of KL Rahul and Rohit Sharma, who are getting unfit very often, you really have to think about a third opener. And you're not even playing someone like an Ishan Kishan or a Ruturaj or a Shubman or whoever. This experiment is not going to work for long. Many people are pointing out maybe Virat is that third opener, and if the need be, and suddenly if you need one, he goes up. Then you fill his position in the middle order with so many other options, which I think is a good
Which is actually not a bad option.
Yeah, it's not. So assuming, let's say, Deepak Hooda goes with you, but is not in the 11, doesn't find a spot in the 11. But on a given situation, looking at the number of times these two openers get injured, supposing that situation arises in an SOS situation, then Virat gets pushed up, opens, and then you have.
I have always maintained that Virat, for me, if we want to get the best out of Virat Kohli, especially in present day, I think it's at the opening spot. And obviously, you have openers like KL Rahul and Rohit Sharma. Provided they both are available, it may not happen. But if one of these two players is not available, I think for Virat, the best place for Virat to bat is opening.
Yeah, so this is what Rohit Roy also said. Virat to open if Rohit Rahul injured. So both Pant and DK can also fit in.
Yeah, and suddenly see and Surya Kumar Yadav should come into bat at number 3, which I think should be his rightful place.
3, 4, whatever, I'll be okay.
Once I would want
I think 4 also.
In
is good
that
for
case, I would want to have Surya Kumar Yadav at number 3. If he's your best batsman for so long, Indian team's best batsman was batting at number 3. Today, if Surya Kumar Yadav is India's best batsman, I would want to have him at number 3. Tomorrow,
Virat comes back.
If Virat is opening the innings, then I would want to have Surya Kumar. And also, we have to. I've said this earlier also, because I don't see Virat continuing international cricket beyond 2022. I might be wrong because I still feel Virat has a lot of cricket left in him, and for that to happen, Virat may have to give up at least one format, and that format has to be T20 cricket. Considering what Virat has often said about Test cricket, he's always maintained that Test cricket for him is paramount, and ODI World Cup, we can't even think of an ODI World Cup. At least the next year ODI World Cup is going to happen, so Virat has to be there. So T20, I think I won't be surprised if Virat gives up T20 this year, and Surya at number 3.
Anime fan says, please no Virat in the playing 11. That's his thing.
That's his
Yeah.
viewpoint. Okay.
Sparsh Shukla says, I'm with you guys. This experiment is not good. This is the main reason why India is not doing in ICC tournaments because they keep experimenting and not play with a similar. So I just hope that all of this stops by the time you reach Asia Cup. So
Exactly. I think
for the sake of Indian cricket,
I
hope.
think at times maybe these players with whom you are actually experimenting, they may not have a clarity of thought as to where exactly they stand in the scheme of things.
Yeah.
But more importantly, the team management, they have to have some sort of clarity as to where each and every player in that setup stands.
Yeah. YSJ boy says we need Surya in the middle order. As KL, Rohit, and Virat tend to slow down in the middle overs, but Surya is very good against spin and doesn't allow the middle over to slow down. YSJ boy, bang! That is exactly
You
what I
are
was saying.
bang on,
That
bang
is a
on.
rare skill not too many people have. You need Surya Kumar Yadav in the middle order far more than you need him as an opener. Opener, plenty other options. Himanshu Majan says, it pains me to say this, but for me, Virat only makes it to the playing 11 if KL or Rohit gets injured. I don't think that may happen, by the way. Now, he will be in your playing 11, even if Rohit and KL are available. But yeah, of course, you're entitled to your opinion.
I was very critical of the innings that Virat played against Pakistan in the World Cup. India got close to 155 runs or somewhere around that, and Virat also got a 50. I was very critical, but today when I look back, because he played like a lone warrior, and Rishabh Pant I think got 35 runs, 38 runs if I'm not wrong. He played. You never know, maybe here and there, one player here and there, and India's score could have gone past 170, and result could have been different. Although I'm talking, I have that luxury of hindsight now. I can look back, but maybe that this is the kind of experience you want. Virat, of course, will not play at the same pace as a Surya Kumar Yadav would play, or even a Rohit Sharma would play, or KL Rahul would play. But Virat is essential. I still feel his experience would outweigh a lot of talent that we have in that team.
Arman, he says he's a big fan of sports today. Thank you so much, Arman. He says, just tell me one thing that earlier we used to say that bilateral series don't matter. Now, if Rohit has experimented Avesh instead of Bhuvi, keeping in mind the World Cup, then why are we criticizing? So, Arman, it's a very interesting question. But the thing is, we have said about bilateral, not that the series don't matter. People stay up and watch their team performing. They want them to win. I'm saying the context in our bilateral series is missing. The context is missing. That is what you want to fix. Find a way. But there is nobody, I think, who says that they don't care if India wins or loses a game. You watch a game, you want India to win. I think players also, if they didn't take this seriously, then they won't be celebrating a wicket or hitting a four over the runs that they gain. That they go out casually. Your best performance only comes when you're going to take a game seriously. And also a lot of criticism that is coming their way is not just with the bilateral series, but the harm that this experimentation will have on the team going forward
On the players
bigger.
also.
Exactly. On the team, including the players,
Yes.
going forward in Asia Cup, in the T20 World Cup. So that is the criticism. Not so much that one over Avesh bowled or whatever. That's a minor thing. Dalveer Curry from Australia, your good friend, is here.
He's saying if team is playing in America, okay, they knew this well in advance. Why didn't they organize visa before, and why are
Why
they
they are
applying
applying
now?
now?
So I think, if I'm not wrong, the visa applications were made not recently, but they were made well in advance. Usually, it doesn't take too much of time, but it is now. And if I'm not wrong, I think it's been over a week, well over a week since those visa applications. Since they applied for visa, and now don't know, considering what is happening here. I'm telling you from my own experience that if you apply, and my own experience, I fortunately don't need to apply, but people who are applying for US visa, it's taking a lot of time.
Shall we wind up, or you want to take one more question? Okay. Umesh Patnaik says, if Rohit brings trophy back to back with this strategy, would you still stand by your statement? I'm not a big fan of it. No, I will not. If this strategy works out, why would I not want India to win a big tournament? We would all want it. And if I'm proven wrong and this strategy wins India the World Cup, then we'll be praising it. It's not the first time it's happened.
Yes.
Nobody is
If you are
is a
proven
soothsayer who can see the future and
exactly, if you are proven wrong, obviously hats off to Rohit Sharma if
Yeah.
he wins the trophy. And it is just that we are on a platform where we can share our opinions, and so can you. We often take your opinions also, irrespective of whether we are on the same page or not. But you can always express your opinion, and who doesn't want people from that side of the camera and this side also? At the end of the day, everybody wants India to wants to see India win the World Cup, the T20 World Cup in Australia, and of course the ODI World Cup next year.
On that note, thank you so much for your company. It's been a long night. We've had a long day in office. Tomorrow is another day. We'll be back with our dugout as we always are at a fixed time. Around 6 p.m. is when we come out with a dugout. We'll discuss a lot about Indian cricket then. Don't forget, Commonwealth Games are on. So subscribe to Sports Today if you haven't already for the best coverage from Birmingham. We are getting you live interviews.
Where are
We
we
give
in
you live
badminton?
updates as soon as something happens throughout the day. So
Make,
so many
doubles.
events are happening, and if you cannot keep a track of everything, all you need to do is press the bell icon, and when you do that, via notification you get to know when a medal has come or something, because we come live and give you updates
Yes.
as soon as that happens. So that's
There
one
is
more
one
reason.
person who's really working hard. He has missed all his meals.
Yes,
throughout
didn't
the
even
day.
get a chance to eat dinner today
And then
because
he's
we kept
blaming.
him so busy
Yes.
to cover the Commonwealth Games.
Chale.
Okay,
See
Ji.
you,
Thank
bye-bye,
you so
good
much
night,
for your
thank you.
company. Bye bye. Vanakkam. Ah, and don't forget to download the Sports Tech app. Please.
Sports the gap.
Please. You can watch our live matches also there. Bye bye. Good night. Vanakkam.